in spring, I go, dude, this summer, I'm getting a girlfriend. Bro.
Yeah.
I'm getting a girlfriend. I'm ready for a girlfriend. Let's do it, bro. And then I had that little run, and then 2 dates that were fun but didn't go anywhere. And then I was like, you know what? Actually, I think this summer I'm just gonna get super tan and have a bunch of fun with my guy friends. Then I saw the other friend the next time, and she goes, "Why didn't you go in for the kiss? She wanted you to kiss her." And I was like, I don't know. I was trying to be respectful.
Yeah. I'm a good man.
Yeah. And he goes, "Any plans tonight?" And I go, "I'm actually going on a date tonight." And he goes, "Oh, first date?" And I was like, "Yeah, it'd be crazy if this was a fifth date." And I'm like,
Well, anyway, dude, we got Austin Black here. I appreciate it. We have a comedian on. Thanks for being on Table for One.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, and so you are a comedian. So I just wanted to see, does a comedian of your stature get any women?
Yeah, I mean, there's been there is this big not argument, but sometimes I feel like female comics will bring this up to me a lot, that after a show, a woman will slide into my DMs or something, and it's it does, obviously, that is sick.
Yeah. And
sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. It's been anywhere from someone being like, "Hey, I thought you were really funny. Let's hang out sometime." Yeah. And then also one time, and I was in a relationship when this happened, but I did a show at Comedy Works, and I had a joke about only having lawn chairs in my apartment. Yeah. And she slid into my DMs, and she was like, "Hey, I saw your set at Comedy Works, and I really want you to fuck me in your lawn chair." And I remember just looking at that, and then looking at my girlfriend, and then being like, I should at least respond that I have a girlfriend though, right?
Yeah. This deal's too good to pass up right here. Yeah. It's one of those really cheap ones.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
I also wanted to ask, how, how ugly can a comedian be to where, what funny do they have to be able to get?
That's a great question. Yeah. Well,
if they're really ugly, how funny do they have to be?
Well, how ugly do you think I am?
Man, you're a handsome fella. I'll just say that. Yeah, I'm not saying you're ugly.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think, I guess if you kill really hard and you're a little hideous, you're still probably leaving with something.
Okay.
Right? You have to, right? But I don't know. I think it's also I know plenty of comics who aren't funny, but they're handsome dudes, and then they'll still just get a DM.
Is that Matt Rife?
Yeah, it's Matt Rife. Dude. Yeah, we're boys, and he showed me the DMs.
Yeah, okay, I'm sure. Hey, do you mind if we do a segment brought to you by our sponsor?
Please.
Do we have a sponsor this?
I don't think we have a sponsor.
Oh, now we don't have a sponsor?
No.
Okay.
The silence of shame comes now.
No sponsor. Okay. This segment is called Unsolicited Advice from a Comedian. Okay. So we had a lot of people write in, and maybe it's people that are dating and they got some problems, or or going on dates, or have a boyfriend, girlfriend. And so I'm just going to read some of their submissions on here, and just let me know if you have any advice for them.
Okay, please. Yeah.
Okay. This one is from Candace N. It says, my boyfriend won't stop hitting on my mom at family events, even though she is a fox and she is well put together. I think it's inappropriate. What should I do?
Give your dad a makeover and make him hot. That way he can hit on both of them.
Wow. Okay. Came out of left field right there. I'm
right in center field, all right? It's all about balance. What are you talking about?
Okay. Okay, we have another one. Okay. My girlfriend won't stop beating me. I'm a shell of a man that I once was, and I look forward more and more to the sweet, sweet embrace of death. Craig W. submitted that.
So pawn shops sell guns.
Dude. I think all of our followers are just down bad. Okay, we'll go to the next one.
That's better than hitting her back, though, right?
Yeah. Is he shooting her?
No. Oh, himself. Is that better? I don't know, actually.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. My next one. This is from Armin Smith. My girlfriend's kink is feeding me a lot of food, otherwise known as a feeder. I'm now 450 pounds, bedridden with diabetes. What should I do?
Dude, continue being 450 pounds and having a babe girlfriend that feeds you. What are you talking about?
That's great. That's great.
You don't need any advice. Your life rocks.
Mm-hmm. That is true. I mean, it wouldn't be bad having a feeder.
No,
you seen My 600-Pound Life or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They always have feeders. Dude.
Yeah. I would love it. I mean, especially if she's good at cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares, dude?
Yeah. Well, the diabetes could get you, but you never know. Okay, this is a good one. I'm a guy in my late 20s. I run a dating podcast in Denver. I'm very self-conscious of my abnormally small penis, and I'm afraid of what women will do when they see it. Submitted by Isaac P.
Sounds familiar.
You know, I think you just have to continue being honest with them and maybe make your personality better. I think a great personality can shine with a very tiny penis. And that's an Austin guarantee.
Isaac P., whoever you are.
I feel close to him though.
Yeah, I feel very close to him. I feel his presence.
I feel like, I just like feel him with me right now.
He sounds like a great guy.
Yeah, I feel him with me. She can't feel anything when he's with her, but you know.
Actually, I have this friend in college who started rumors about himself that he had a small penis. And then when it was presented, you know, people think it's small and it was normal. And then they're pleasantly surprised.
That's brilliant.
That is brilliant.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I had a friend in college.
Yeah.
I see what you're getting at.
Wow. That's really smart. Although it would suck if you just end up not hooking up with anyone. And
It's just that rumor you start about yourself.
Yeah.
Or if a girl sees it and is like, oh man, yeah, you were right. Those
Yeah,
rumors were right.
You're really honest, and I like that.
Okay, this one's a submission from Mitch F. My girlfriend has a sister, and they are twins. When my buddy asked which one is your girlfriend, I said the less hot one, and she overheard. Please help.
Whoa. Oh my gosh, dude. I mean, is she less hot though?
Well, I don't know who Mitch F is, but
I think I think you just tell your girlfriend, hey, what's so wrong with being honest?
Yeah, yeah.
What's so wrong with me being honest? All right.
Maybe.
And then you realize that you're talking to the wrong girl, and it's actually the sister.
I feel like, if they're like very close in similarity, like maybe you try to be like, oh, I thought it was you, honey.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, there's no good way to get out of it. You just have to be like, I'm done talking to this family. I have to go now.
Oh, okay. Let's see. We got another one. I found out that my boyfriend likes anime porn. Is the relationship salvageable? And that is Sydney J.
Anime porn?
Yeah. So,
and he likes cartoons? Damn.
What do you think about anime porn?
I've never seen it. I've only seen the little box when you're watching regular porn.
Yeah.
And then on the little, to the right, it's like, Peter Griffin having sex with Lois Griffin.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's totally foreign to me. Wow, anime porn. I think, I think you lean into it.
Okay.
I think you start dressing up like whatever Kamehameha porn he's watching, and you dress up like Dragon Ball Z, and you give him the best night of his life.
You go Super Saiyan on it.
You go Super Saiyan on him. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, dude, this one. My girlfriend wanted to start experimenting in the bedroom. She brought up the sexual act of pegging. I have grown very fond of it now, and now I'm gay. Please advise.
Well, on the bright side, you do get to hang out with guys forever now. Kind of sick.
That is kind of sick.
It's boys' night all the time.
Yeah, boys' night all the time, dude.
Who submitted that one?
Oh,
Was that Joe F?
That's
Brennan Guthrie.
convenient.
Oh, okay. This was a long one. Okay. The last one. All of my girlfriend's friends keep telling her to break up with me because I'm a loser. Currently out of a job and am a gambling addict on a cold streak, but I feel like my luck is turning around. I'm pulling out a $20,000 loan and putting it on a 5-leg parlay for the Thunder Timberwolves game tonight that I know will be a lock. First leg, I'm betting money line on the Timberwolves. I know they lost for the first 2, but they are due. Second leg, I'm betting the over on player points for Anthony Edwards. There's no way he's going to score less than 27.5. Third leg, with the bet of a triple-double for Julius Randle. I have a friend that works concessions at the Target Center, and he got an inside tip that it's basically a lock. The fourth leg, I will bet on Chet Holmgren having 5 3-pointers. Big man's going to be knocking him down tonight. My fifth leg, I will just be the over on total points. If you're looking to go on a no-lose opportunity, please wire me any amount at the nearest Western Security Bank. Bernard H. It sounds more like a statement to me.
Yeah. It doesn't. I didn't hear one question in that.
Yeah.
And I will say he's too far gone.
Yeah.
Especially since he said, I'm a gambling addict and I'm in this much debt because I'm on a cold streak.
Yeah. But he's gonna get
typically I'm on a hot streak.
Yeah, dude. If you're on a cold streak, you're due.
You're due. Yeah, you are. Yeah,
dude.
true.
That's why I think. I don't know, dude.
He is due for one.
I might go to the nearest Western Security Bank.
Yeah. I mean, my advice to his girlfriend would be, just take a chance on the kid, right?
Yeah. Boy's gonna pull it out.
Yeah.
This comes out next week, so the game will already be over. But Bernard,
there's a lot of things already over in this scenario. Okay,
dude, how long have you been doing comedy for?
Like 7-8 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice, man. Dude, do you remember your biggest bomb?
My biggest bomb. I remember a very specific bomb.
Okay.
It was the second time I did stand up because the first time I did it, it went really well, which was sick. And I was like, oh, I guess it'll just be like this every single time. I'll just, without knowing that like a lot of comics like go to open mics and like do like some of the same jokes to like work it out and make it better. So instead of doing that, instead of like doing the really good set that I did the first time, the second time, I did all new stuff. And I like, my dad and his buddies came, and then like I invited a couple of friends, and I was like, I'm just gonna go up here, and also open mics are typically terrible, and I go, no, but I'm the man, so it'll be totally fine. And I went up there and I was like, dude, I was doing like terrible premises like about poop and like
dude, that's my go-to.
Yeah. And I'm just like, and I remember I asked my dad to record my set, and he was like and he's like in the second.
He's like,
row.
don't come home tonight,
dude. Yeah. He just turns the camera around.
Yeah.
And that was terrible because I invited people, and also like when someone sees you do like stand up very poorly, they do. I mean, you have to do so well the next time for them to actually think that you're good.
Yeah.
And it's also your dad who just already like kind of hates you. So
yeah. He was a disappointment. I was correct.
Damn,
dude. And no other bombs after that?
I mean, there's but it's like, I mean, there's been a lot of other bombs for sure, but like, none of them really like, bombing in front of like people that you invited. There's nothing worse than that.
Yeah. Because
I mean, typically if you bomb, you can just like leave.
Yeah.
And then you're like, cool, I'll just never see these people again. That's totally fine. But then there's like, there's the post bomb that hurts way more than the regular bomb, which is like people coming up to you and like after you have a bad set and they're like, I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, no, just keep at it. And you're like,
Yeah. So so girls that hang around comedy clubs, that try to sleep with, they have a name for that. What is it?
Oh, chuckle fuckers.
Yeah. Have you ever, had any run-ins with any of them?
I've had some run-ins. Yeah. I've had some disputes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's there's definitely like, within the comedy scene, like people like definitely hook up with each other.
Okay.
And it's just about making it. You just have to like not make it weird. You have to be like a normal person about it. Because a lot of people will like hook up with another comedian and then it'll just ruin their entire like
experience or like
their entire experience, like future hangs.
Oh, okay.
Like now, because now it's like now it's like when you have sex with someone in the friend group.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like you can't invite Steven because, you know, Caitlin's coming, you know.
Yeah, their next set is all like man-hating stuff, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I dated a comic for like 2 years.
Okay.
And
what's that like dating another person in your profession?
Luckily, it was a really great experience because like we both got along really well, and I knew what I was getting into. I think we both kind of knew what we were getting into. The only part that like sucks is that, you know, because like they'll do jokes about you, right?
Yeah.
Totally fine. But then they'll also just do jokes about like past relationships and
yeah.
stuff. And so like, but every time she says like ex or boyfriend or anything like that, everyone always just assumes it's about you.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, there was like times where we'd be like at a show and she'd be like, yeah, my ex-boyfriend, like, he had this like really tiny, stupid penis. And I just remember like everyone like being like, looking at me like, I go, it's someone else. It's okay. It's someone in the past. It's not me. All right. But I think, you just have to be like, you have to be smart about it. You have to like, you know, if you guys break up, you can't be a fucking weirdo about it. You can't be like, you know, you can't talk shit. You can't, you gotta be, you know, you gotta be prepared for that.
Do you find women funny?
Yeah, dude, I think they're the best.
Name your top 10 women comedians right now.
My top 10 female comedians. You know, Michelle Wolf, my mom.
Sorry.
That's so funny.
My bad. So tell us any other hookups lately?
Any other? Yeah, I mean,
wild hookups.
Yeah, I mean, Tuesday hooked up with a 42-year-old woman. I'm 27.
Okay.
And
nice.
Yeah,
nice.
It's always nice when you're like, you know, naked in bed and she says, you're young enough to be my nephew. That's always like, yeah, dude.
How does that make you feel in the moment?
Well, I just came immediately. So that's how I felt.
Oh, God.
I go, thanks, Meemaw.
Say it again, slower.
Yeah. Honestly, what's really funny about it is, I mean, because like we went back to her place, which was like upstairs of my apartment building.
Oh, did you know that at the time?
We knew we figured it out at the bar.
Okay,
and then so it was like, which I think that helped.
That's
like
a bad move, dude. Then you'll see her again, and
I know, which is funny because in the moment I go, nice, dude. Like we'll just make it like a regular thing. But then the next day I go, what the hell's wrong with you, Austin? What are you doing? Now you fucking everything up, all right? Now you can't go to your goddamn pool.
Yes. Oh no.
But it is funny, like, you know, because I have 3 roommates, you know, in my room, like it looks like an assassin lives there. There's no decoration, you know, there's no like paintings or, you know, pictures or any of that. Everything's gray, you know. Are
you a killer? It's Dahmer's room.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you would think like Dahmer's like protege lives in that room for sure.
You're like the accountant.
Yeah. I'm super autistic. But like it's like I walk into her apartment and I'm like delaying this hookup by just walking around and being like, oh my God, dude, this is really nice. Wow, how much do you pay for this? And she's like, just like she has like 2 whiskeys and like, would you shut the hell up and just hang out?
Yeah, she was ready.
Yeah.
She had the time of her life.
I mean, I hope so.
Did you perform well?
I did. I think I did. Although I was a little bummed because I thought like, you know, I thought we, you know, say it. I thought, you know, I thought we executed 3 times.
Wow, holy shit, brother! And
I go, wow, like
this episode is brought to you by Blue Chew.
Yeah. And I was like, nice. So like, you know, all 3 times, you know, yeah.
Of course not.
And she goes, nah, just that last one. And I go,
hey, that's good, dude.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's 33%.
Yeah, that's 30, dude. Yeah. 1 for 3 is nice.
That's
dude.
Pretty good.
Dude, Aaron Judge goes 1 for 3 a lot.
Dude, I'm saying, dude. You're like the Aaron Judge of sex.
Yeah, I'm like the Aaron Judge of sex. Exactly, bro.
Batting average is crazy. Hey, so like when you tell gals that you are a comedian, do they say, well, like, tell me a joke? Have they ever done that to you?
Yeah, they do that. Or they like say, like, they're like, can you say something funny? You know, it's like, I mean, it's an insane thing. I don't ever tell a joke or anything because I'm just like, it just would feel uncomfortable.
It's like you got to do a setup and a punchline and like, I don't even like, you don't have one-liners. on you all day, do you?
Yeah. Well, it's like I do have one-liners, but it's like you can't feed into that because it's like also there's no way me whispering in your ear at View House some fucking one-liner is gonna like, and she's like, oh my God, you're like really good. She's gonna be like, why'd you say it like that? I don't know, because you wanted me to.
What is your style of comedy though? I mean, are you a little dirtier? Or are you pretty clean? What is it?
It's like very it's a little bit of both. It's like very observational.
Could you tell us a joke?
Stop before I start hitting on you. I do a lot of dirty stuff, which I do feel like which leads to like DMs, like. Because I have like a lot of jokes that like talk about like me being bad in bed or like me being like a fucking dumbass or whatever sexually. And I do feel like, I don't know, that stands out and will like lead to a DM versus me just like talking about being from Iowa.
Are the DMs kind of full after like a good set?
They're never full. And they're not that often, but like, like every now and then. And it's nice. Gives you a little, makes you feel kind of cool.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
So do you have like a pre-date ritual?
A drink.
Yeah. Okay. We were just talking about this on the last podcast, and the woman thought we were crazy because we said that we've never been to a date sober, like, or with no alcohol in your system.
Yeah. Labeling it as never going sober is crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, that is like,
well, maybe like, that one was on us.
The vocab in that one's kind of brutal. But yeah, it was actually I went. What's actually been I won't say this because I can't let the word out about it. Because there's one spot that I go to a lot for first dates because it's perfect. And I had a first date planned, and I had just gotten off work, and I was like, oh, I actually have like a half hour to kill. And I go, oh, dude, I'm going to go rip like a tequila soda somewhere just real quick. And I stopped at this bar, ordered tequila soda, and he goes, any plans tonight? And I go, I'm actually going on a date tonight. And he goes, oh, first date? And I was like, yeah, it'd be crazy if this was a fifth date. And I'm like,
you're married. You're like 5 years married. You're like, fuck, I got
like, oh, I hate her. That'd be insane, dude. But yeah, definitely. I'm a big fan of the drink before a date.
Okay.
And honestly, I assume women are doing it too. But maybe they're not. Because I've also gone on dates where like they show up and you're like, you're a little buzzed right now.
Okay. Yeah. We were talking about like coffee shops or like, I mean, like go to a date at a library or something. You can't really pregame that.
That's insane. So up a little like fucking sauced. Hello, darling. Psycho. Yeah. What do you think of the coffee shop dates?
Oh man, I don't know if I've ever been on a coffee shop date. Have you?
Not a first date, but a third or fourth ube.
Yeah, third or fourth is like, that's like standard.
Yeah.
I've done 2 coffee dates. And I think the first thing I realized, what is good about a coffee date is if you're like a little iffy on it.
Yeah.
Because then like
you can go.
A coffee date has like an expiration time.
Yeah. You chug it real fast.
Yeah.
It's hot. The hottest coffee. He's sweating, buddy.
Calming it down. Well, this has been awesome.
Yeah, exactly. But like, no one ever gets a second round of coffee.
No.
Yeah.
So like it's over right there. So I think it's good for that, but I do think I just think drinks are so money for a first date.
Yeah.
It's just perfect.
And
if she doesn't drink.
It does make him look a little prettier too.
No, don't laugh at that, man. I can't believe you would say that.
How dare I?
Get him.
Yeah, get him. We have some ladies in the room that are willing to attack. Go get them.
Do you get nervous before a date?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, what the most nervous part I get, especially because like I'll go on a lot of first dates from like a dating app or something, is, dude, and I hate this, and this is why I love a bar because it's loud. I just hate it when like you guys meet each other off an app and then you walk up and then they're like, hey, nice to meet you. Because then everyone's like kind of like, oh, that's a fucking first date. Yeah, exactly. And I had that on a coffee shop date because she made it sound like she didn't drink. Well, I guess she like just said that on the app, so like guys didn't take her on a drinking first date.
Right.
But she like hit me with, and she was like kind of loud, and she hit me with that in the coffee shop, and I was like,
oh, man.
Come on, man, because I know what it's like to. Obviously, you know that's huge in like especially like rom-com movies, but dude, people are like eavesdropping on like other dates, and they're trying to figure out the dynamic, and so I hate that when it's like I don't know, I hate it when like people can tell that it's like a Hinge date, you know?
Yeah. I feel like first drinks or first date drinks, it's kind of the go-to, but I could be wrong on there and looked down upon on that. I did want to ask, do you have a girl roommate?
Yeah.
What's that like? Is that weird?
Well, so it's a it's not in a situation. No, not that. It's my apartment's like hilarious because I live with a married couple and she's married to a guy.
Okay.
And then her brother lives with us as well.
Did you know these guys before? Or?
Yeah. So they're all 3 comedians.
Oh, okay.
And then I've known the married couple like ever since I moved here, and they're they're both homies. And we moved in there like literally like last year. And then her brother was moving in from New York. Oh, and that was I met him like for the first time last year. And luckily he's a super chill dude and we get along.
Okay, that makes it seem a lot better then. Yeah, I didn't know.
You didn't know she was married.
Yeah. Makes sense now.
The sexual tension there must be insane.
Yeah. Did she ever spend the night in your room?
No, but her brother does.
Yeah.
I go, let's get rid of this wall, brother. Come on.
Who sleeps on whose back?
Yes.
And so have you been on bad dates before?
Yes.
Give us a worst date, maybe.
Yeah, 2. I think like 2 stick out. One's pretty recent. But the first like bad date I went on, it was probably like my first ever Tinder date in Denver, and we went and got drinks at some like shitty bar, and I was like, I don't know, I was probably like 21, so I was like just so stupid and bad at everything. I don't know how to like communicate, and
guys don't really ever learn how to communicate. I feel like maybe until they're like 30 years of marriage.
Yeah, no, I think I'm about 3 years away from being like a person.
Human being.
There's like a countdown right now.
I'll say some shit sometimes. I'm like, why did that just come out of my mouth? I know that's gonna get me in trouble.
You go on like some rant and you're like, why am I treating you like you're my buddy Nick? This is crazy.
Girls don't like to be treated like dudes.
No, girls do not like it when you treat them like Nick, dude. But so we were like having drinks and it was like going like not great, but we're like sticking it out. And then this couple walked up to us and was like, are you guys on a first date? And which is like how bad that date was going, that you could like just see that it was a first date. And they're like, how about we buy you guys a shot? And we're like, yeah, that'd be sick. So he gets a tequila shot. We take it. It does get better.
Okay.
The date is like, it's right, because you're kind of like, that was weird. Like, anyways, like this, that, And then they come back and they sit with us in the booth.
Oh, shit. She ordered one of those, what was it, when they need the police called there? Like a white angel shot or something?
Oh, it is. Wow, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh,
but it seems like you've been on some dangerous dates.
No, I haven't. I just see it at the bars. I'm a bartender, so yeah. No,
that's so funny.
Have you never seen those?
No,
like
I didn't know that.
If you think you're in danger, it's like a white angel or something shot. You've heard of those? Like an angel shot?
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
Okay.
Wait, like, does it look like a White Russian?
It's like. That's what the women are supposed to order when it's one of like their.
Oh yeah, one of those.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the conversation, buddy.
Damn, you gotta like. It's also just like funny to have to like pay for a drink that saves you.
Yeah. They're like, and that's $48.
Yeah. It's the most expensive item on the menu.
Yeah.
But they eventually they were trying to swing.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, did it work?
So I'll be honest with you. At the time, being a young man who was kind of down for whatever, I was like, dude, honestly, this date is kind of like terrible. It would be kind of sick.
You told her that?
No, I said that in my head, but I could tell that she was not into it. And I go, all right, we got to go. And so that was, you hit a smooch afterwards and just never.
You ever been like turned away for a smooch after a date?
No, actually, I haven't.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm also like, I'm the coward. I'm the
Yeah.
like, I mean, a woman has to like really like, who's the black guy in Happy Gilmore who teaches him how to putt?
Chubbs?
Yeah. A lot of women have to like Chubbs me.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Okay.
yeah, which it also sounds like we're back in
I
that
wanna get
pegging
Chubbs.
conversation.
I got a half Chubbs.
Yeah, but I'm like so bad at like calling the shots there. So I feel like I've never been like refused.
So like you need a woman to be like, I'm into you, like with words or like touch you or something before.
Yeah, like there,
Okay.
it has to be like obvious.
Yeah.
And by that I mean her eyes are closed and she's like,
Yes. She's like,
Yeah.
no, I can't give you a
Like,
second.
oh man, I could really use a kiss right now.
That's Isaac's go-to.
Works 20% of the
swear
time.
I've heard you say that before.
That I have had some outlandish pickup lines.
Yeah.
But they usually work, I'll just say.
you're just like, my lips are so lonely.
Yeah. Yeah, I went on a date and took a gal to like a basketball game here, and then I tried to go in for a kiss after. She was like,
Ooh, so brutal.
"Oh yeah."
But there's also, I mean, that sucks. But also, there's also the regret of not going in for the kiss.
Yeah,
That
well,
is also brutal.
I'll always try if I like the gal. You know?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
the worst they could do is that, and it did hurt, but I'll do it again.
That is tough. Yeah. No, yeah. For me, it's always the like not going in, and then like and I've had time. I've had one time where I didn't go in for one. It was like I was on a date with this girl who was like friends with my friend.
Yeah.
And then like I saw the other friend the next time, and she goes, "Why didn't you go in for the kiss? She wanted you to kiss her." And I was like, I don't know. I was trying to be respectful.
yeah. I'm a good man.
But
So you didn't. So you didn't
Classic.
end up. It was just swingers. A bad date.
yeah,
That was okay.
it was just, so that was a bad day. But recently I went on.
You slept with a 42-year-old recently?
I don't even know if she would call that a date.
Yeah.
But I went on a few dates with this girl on Hinge, and she was like a snowboarder chick, and she on the first date was fun, second date even more fun. So third day I'm like, oh yeah, dude, we're on like a nice run here, and so we get some food, and just through like talking, she like is telling me she's like still friends with her ex-fiance, like the type of shit where she's like, I'm not like attracted to him, but like if he like ever needed anything, I would like help him out. Like, Roger that. Cool. And
we know a gal that will hang out with her ex-fiance all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And she's gonna come out right now.
No.
Here she is.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Oh.
I was not into it at all, especially because I do feel like there's this thing where because she's 26.
Okay.
So I do think if you're older, I would understand. If you were like 35 and still like had a some sort of relationship with your ex-fiance, that makes more sense to me. But like I don't know, I think there's something about it being younger where you're like, what? Why?
Yeah.
Especially if there's not a kid involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. If there's like kids involved, you have to be cordial with them or, nice. But yeah, I understand. What about them just having all guy friends?
So that was also her situation
Okay.
too. All guy friends. That I was like, that I could be understanding about. Cause like, I mean, we're being in comedy. Like I know a lot of women who are friends with a lot of guys, but it's just because like, that's who they're around the most.
Right.
And especially if like you're into like outdoor activities, you're going to have a ton of guy friends because dudes love doing, extreme stuff.
Yeah.
That
That doesn't bother you at all.
that doesn't. I mean,
What if she
like,
slept with everyone?
yeah. Well, wait a second.
You're onto something here.
Yeah. Well, hold on 1 minute. And we were like, so we were having dinner, and she was like, she was telling me because I guess like with her ex-fiance, she was like supporting him, like he didn't have a job, so she was like doing all this like heavy lifting, right? And so she was telling me how like she doesn't think like a woman should make more money than the man, and how like the man should always be paying for like everything, like dinners and any of the activities and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, like, you know, kind of like weird thing to bring up on a third date or as we're eating dinner. I'm like, Roger, okay. Like,
she's like, you want to split the check?
Yeah. The waiter's like, I'll just give it to him.
Yeah.
But, and I was like, honestly, I would have still like saw it through a little bit. But the thing that would really like crushed any chance of like it moving forward was we went back to her place, you know, quick smooch, nice. I bounce out. And then she, cause she was like, yo, text me when you get home. And I was like, okay, cool. Text her. I go, hey, had a great time with you. And she texts me back and goes, hey, this is so crazy. My buddy who lives across the street, who uses my key fob to use the gym in my apartment building, he fobbed into my apartment 3 minutes after you left. LOL, that would have been so awk. And I'm like, okay, dude, this guy's coming into your apartment with a fresh pump. I'm like,
finishing my job.
Yeah, finishing my job. Like, he probably didn't even have to kiss you.
Yes.
You're all kissed up.
Mine was the word awk. That would have been all right.
Awk is the worst part of that. Like,
yeah, that's the worst part.
She can't even commit to the word awkward.
Yeah, it's not that hard to spell the whole word.
Yeah. So that was that was when I made the transition from, because, you know, in spring I go, dude, this summer I'm getting a girlfriend. Bro.
Yeah.
I'm getting a girlfriend. I'm ready for a girlfriend. Let's do it, bro. And then I had like kind of like that like little run, and then 2 dates that were fun but didn't go anywhere. And then I was like, you know what? Actually, I think this summer I'm just gonna get super tan and have a bunch of fun with my guy friends.
That's the way it should be, damn it.
Yeah.
What turns you off the most? Like, you know, things that women will say that kind of like turns you off. You know, it's a no-go. I know we just talked about that, but is there anything else? Some say ick. You know, I don't know if I like the word ick. But.
Ick, yeah. Ick is like also like, yeah, ick is very overused.
Yeah.
Which makes it sound like a lot of women are being like, yeah, that's an ick talking to me. No, I don't know. Anything that they say, like,
or do, or, you know.
I think women are perfect, bro.
Yeah, me too.
No, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of like dates I've been on recently where it's been like something I'm like not into. No, I don't think so. I guess like honestly, this would be not something that they do or like anything like that. But I would say like someone who doesn't really have any friends.
Yeah,
that is like something where I'm like, you know, because I've kind of done that where I've been in a relationship where someone like just like didn't have that many friends.
Then you have to be the boyfriend and the friend.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like me personally, like I like to like what's fun about dating and like going on dates and all that is like I love dates as like, and maybe this sounds like stupid as hell, but like I love dates as like a post game conference. You know, like I had my day, you had your day, and now we can kind of like bounce off about like how both of our days went, you know, like even if it's like meeting up late at night or whatever.
Yeah. Like
I like doing that, but like if it's only one sided and I'm
just
like,
Sarah was a bitch again to me.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm like, yeah, dude. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Tell me more about it. She was a bitch. But when it's like, but sometimes there's no Sarah.
Yeah.
Right? There's no
I
Sarah.
was just saying Sarah's a coworker or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like had to be in the room. Oh man.
Well, what's the biggest lie you've ever told on a date?
I like you. No, that's nasty business. That's just being nasty. Biggest lie. Honestly, I mean, probably something similar of like, yeah, let's like do this again.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't have that much fun, but you're like, you know, I don't really have any other prospects, so it's like might as well go on another like okay date instead of like doing nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Like I feel like I've done that a lot.
Yeah.
It's like let's do it again sometime. You know,
let's do it again.
Have you ever been at a date and you said something and you knew it was over right then? Like from your like what you said, and you could tell it just turned the woman off right away. Sorry, putting you on the spot here. That's kind of hard.
Yeah, those are back-to-back tough ones.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely had to have happened.
It's let's do this again. And she's like, oh,
yeah. But it was like as soon as I saw her.
Yeah.
It was like the beginning of the day. I don't think so. Like to know it's over right away. I do like I've had times where like within the first conversation, like I just know that like this is bad news.
Would you ever still sleep with them if you know it's not going?
Come on, man. What are we talking about? What are we asking if water's good for you? Come on now. What are we doing? Obviously, I'm down to hang.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Oh, goodness.
The sincerity of that question was crazy.
Joe strikes again with another stupid question.
Yeah. Oh, this is a boys episode here. Women don't watch it. Yeah. Oh,
we love women.
Yeah.
Let me just preface that.
Mm-hmm.
Do either of you guys have like something like that where you said it on a date and you were like, dude, what's wrong with me? Why did I just bring up John Wick 3? Why did I do that?
You tell me she's not into John Cena?
Yeah.
She doesn't have hustle, loyalty, or respect? What the hell?
You're over here. Can't see me. Can't see me. I've known. Yeah, so probably some outlandish shit. Like sometimes I'll just get too hammered and then maybe just be drunk Joe.
So I was gonna say, probably just being too drunk, being like, "Well, this is over."
Yeah. I had I went on a date with this girl, and let me know what you guys would do in this move. Because there's like this really great. I keep telling everyone about this goddamn bar, but like it's a really great bar where it's like.
Well, tell me after.
I will tell you after, but it's like everything's $5.
Okay.
So sick.
Oh, is it a speakeasy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I know.
We've been there.
It's a speakeasy on Google. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. We can cut that.
Yeah. Exactly. But so we got one drink and it was going really great. Like she was super. I actually like met her from a show, and so it was going really great. And then we had one drink. I go, all right, hey, what do you say? Another? And she goes, I'm okay, but you can get another one if you want.
Well,
what's that? Because it's crazy to just drink another tequila soda in front of her, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, like, because then the vibes are off a little bit.
Exactly.
I feel like it's like, well, are you not having a good time? Like,
yeah, exactly. I know. One
like,
drink.
Did I do something? Now you don't want to drink. Now I'm going to be drinking in front of you, and that's, yeah. I also like to, go on a date and have a couple drinks.
I mean, yeah, dude, for sure.
A couple, yeah.
A couple, and then maybe just a few more.
Yeah.
A couple drinks and 10 shots.
Yeah. Those are the best and worst dates, though. I feel like you get hammered on a first date, and then it's like, it was super fun up until there's a certain point where it's not fun anymore.
For sure.
We got blacked out. I ordered Taco Bell to the wrong place. It's like I gotta,
Taco Bell to the wrong place. Wow.
I gave her a bad wiener, and it's terrible.
That's brutal.
That's the worst one. That's not what I do though, but that would be bad. What would you do, Isaac?
Could you repeat the question?
Jesus Christ.
You guys both have a round. And then she doesn't get another one, but she's saying that
I would probably not get one.
Right?
Yeah.
Then what do you do?
I mean, I seek out the vibes. Like if she's still chatty, like if she seems like she's having fun, then keep hanging out. But if not, maybe try and getting out. Be like, well, it's getting late. Time to go. Yeah, just a vibe check.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's kind of what I did, where it's like I didn't get another drink. Instead, like we just stayed for like another like 30 minutes and just like we're talking, and then it was like then I just kind of hit the like, all right, let's go ahead.
Did you go on a second date or what?
Yeah, we did go on a second date. Yeah. Okay. It didn't work out because it was like I feel like it was one of those. I feel like maybe it could have, but it's just like we went on these dates, but we weren't like flirting with each other.
Yeah.
We were like just hanging out, which isn't bad, but like I feel like it kind of, I don't know, it loses maybe a little bit of spark in that sense.
Well, you kind of want a little chemistry and a little tension
for sure.
Between the two.
A little tension.
If there's not, do you ever like find a gal that you go out with and the humor isn't like you're kind of saying stuff that you would think were funny or that would make other gals laugh and it's just brick wall? Like,
for sure.
Yeah. What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, there's been plenty of times where I say something where I'm like, making a joke, and then she hits me with a, what? No, nothing.
Yeah. Sorry, that was dumb.
Sorry, your turn to talk. I lose all my mechanics.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yeah, that was
Do you still go home with them after?
It always comes back to this, doesn't it? Yes.
I'm sorry.
But also, I do think there is a little bit of a thing where it's like, I do comedy. So I'm like, I am out late most nights, if not every night. And so I don't mind like having some drinks on like a Tuesday and being out until like 11 or midnight. You know, I don't, I mean, that's it's almost like typical, right? But then someone who just like works a regular like sales job or like marketing or something, they're like, yeah, like I like to be in bed by 9.
Yeah,
you know. And so I think sometimes that comes into play with like getting drinks, because first date, I mean, I don't know how you guys do it, but like, I mean, it's never on the weekend. Right?
No, I had a gal and she told me, she was like, I'm not giving you my Friday or Saturday because I don't know how this is gonna go. And then I was like, oh fuck, I usually like to go on a Friday and Saturday.
Really?
You can hang. I mean,
right?
And then if it's bad, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends after.
Right.
But if it's good, like, bring the gal out with the friends and have a good time. But like, that's the thing on a Tuesday, I usually don't like having a couple drinks on a Tuesday. Because what if I go on a date on a Thursday and then I'm drinking 5 days a week, and it's just,
sure.
Not saying I got multiple dates, but
yeah.
But have you ever been heckled?
Yeah. I mean, definitely a lot.
What do you think?
It depends. Like typically when someone heckles you, it's like the dumbest thing you could possibly say in that moment. So it's not like it's never funny, like from their point of view, or like I guess from the audience's point of view. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty like easy just to like dunk on someone for saying something stupid. Yeah. Or like, I like last Friday, I was doing a joke and someone yelled this thing, like they were like tagging my joke, like they were like adding an extra part to it. And I couldn't hear him at first. And I was like, what? And then he said it again. And I mean, no one's laughing. And I was like, okay. Yeah. And then that gets a laugh, because everyone's like, yeah, what the fuck? Why is this guy yelling? Yeah. But it's never like aggressive, it's never like, no one's ever like, boo, it's always, or,
we're at your next show. Just
yeah. Like, see how he likes this. Well, I feel like with sex material, I'll like maybe get like heckled more, because like you'll be like saying something that's like, kind of like vulnerable or whatever, or like, specific. And then like, someone will like, what? Yeah. Something like that. But I feel like, I don't know. I maybe I'm just also not talking about like interesting enough stuff on stage that people want to heckle.
Okay. Back to the dating stuff. Picture perfect woman of your dreams. What does that look like?
Woman of my dreams? Yeah. Nick with long hair. No, I don't know. I don't know. My mom just asked me what my type is.
Sorry, that was your buddy from the last.
Yeah, I was like, who the hell is Nick? That was a callback.
Callback, yeah. That was the roommate that sleeps with you?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Perfect. I mean, like personality, right? Or
it could be looks.
Okay.
Complexion, and then personality as well. Let's cover it all.
Complexion? Yeah, complexion. That's crazy.
What? Is that weird?
Skin color?
Is that complexion? They could be darker complected. It could be lighter complected. Yeah. Don't say only whites.
Yeah.
Don't say it.
I think, I mean, right now, definitely someone who's like independent. I definitely want someone with a social life, because like with doing comedy, I'm out like, like Wednesday through Saturday is like prime nights for shows. So hopefully like, she's able to like go do something like with her friends or something. And then we can meet up afterwards. And then, I would like prioritize like, date nights for like a Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
As far as looks, I mean, this is a problem with like the question of like, what's your type? Like, it's like some people are like, brunettes, man, only brunettes. It's like, yeah, but dude, if a hot blonde chick was like giving me attention, my type has now just changed. Like,
just breathing. That's what he means.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That, I don't know. Yeah. I guess like a unique face. Okay. I feel like I'm always like very attracted to a unique face.
What's your favorite skin color?
Here, I won't do my favorite, but I'll do my top 5. I did that one time at a show. It was like a crowd work show, and it was like someone was like, it was like, you know, someone put a joke like, "What's your favorite race?" Right? And I didn't do that, but I did do top 5 races, and I did it with the crowd. And dude, people had their opinions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was the top?
I think it was Mexican, you know, Latino was number 1.
Yeah.
And then Black was 2. And then went Asian Indian.
Oh.
and then I stopped. And I go, actually, guys, I don't think we're supposed to be doing this.
Yeah.
I wasn't even talking in the microphone. We were just screaming fucking racing.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. You had a long-term relationship in the past?
Yeah. I dated a girl for like 2.5 years.
What did you do wrong?
Be myself forever.
I hate it when I do that.
I did that thing again. Yeah. I mean, it fizzled for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like we had a really good time, like dating each other, but it was just like that thing where the spark just kind of died, and we were both like just not as interested in, like, you know, I mean, he's getting choked up, bro. This is like sad shit, bro.
Did she not know you're the Aaron Judge of sex?
Yeah, I dude, this is she didn't even know about the Yankees. Dude. Like she was out to lunch.
Yeah.
We just kind of fizzled out, and then we broke up, and we were like, we didn't talk to each other for maybe like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, and then we became friends again. Yeah. And then obviously that leads up.
If she texted you right now and said, "Let's get back together," or "Hey, come over to my house," and it's like 10 p.m., what would you do?
She lives in a different city now.
Oh, okay.
But,
say the flights were Frontier, it's like $69.99. You know, it's very cheap flights.
Get on a Frontier flight to get some ass is crazy. I'm at least doing Southwest. Give me my own bag, all right?
Yeah. They don't even fly free anymore, dude.
Yeah, I know. You can't even pick your seat.
God.
But no, I wouldn't, because I also do feel like that relationship maxed out.
Okay.
You know, like that was everything we had, and which is fine, I think. But yeah, that was probably the longest relationship I've been in.
What'd you learn from it?
I learned that.
Sorry.
I didn't go to college, so never good at that. I guess I learned that. First, I learned when you think it's over, that's when you should get out of it.
Okay,
for sure. Like, instead of just being like, well, I mean, it's easier to like hang out than not, you know. Also, I think I learned that it's good to have your own things, to have your own interests, which I relearned in another relationship afterwards. But yeah, I do think like everyone needs their own thing. You need that's what I'm kind of saying earlier. Like, you go do your thing, I'll go do my thing, and then it's much better to meet up, you know.
Okay. What don't you like?
Is that anything?
Yeah, that was good.
We'll take it.
It's on the scoreboard.
Yeah, like do your own, you need your own hobbies. You need your own things to do.
Yeah,
you know, you can't solely be interested in just the relationship.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got it. I liked it.
Cool.
Put a spark note it. It's good.
Spark note it.
Yeah, it's very good. All right. Have you been in more healthy or toxic relationships?
Oh, healthy for sure.
Oh, that's
good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a pretty wholesome guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's your weirdest kink?
My weirdest kink. She says she loves me. Yeah, that's the other problem. I'm not a kink guy, dude, and it does become an issue at times where you know.
You ever met a real kinky gal?
No.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Almost one time. There was this girl that I worked with where she was talking about how she was super into kinky shit.
Okay.
And I was like, she was really hot. And so I was like, well, I'm whatever, dude. I'll put on a nipple clamp, see what the hell's going on. You can zap my balls.
She opens the drawer next to her bed. You're like, what the fuck is in there?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But I've never like acted on any of that.
Okay.
Like, it's all been very like basic, you know. I feel like also every girl I've been with has been like, that same type.
Okay.
I got told by a witch I was into pain play.
Really?
She could sense it. This is actually on the podcast.
We had a witch on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What gave off that energy?
I have no idea.
It's because I was grabbing his nipple. And he was going, yeah.
Yeah.
Harder.
Wow. Yeah. But, yeah. And are you?
Never tried it. Probably not. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I guess I haven't tried.
What's your weirdest kink?
Can't say I have any. Affection.
Yeah. God.
A hug.
Yeah.
Just love.
Yeah. I don't know. I also, I don't know. I feel like none of my friends are like kink guys either.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
That you know about. It.
That
Get
is,
in the history on the
that's
on
true.
The website.
That's true. Yeah. I guess if they go incognito browser, then you know they're a fucking freak.
Yeah, they fucking swipe up. They're always in incognito.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'd be into any of that. Like, even like, you know, if a woman's like choke me or like a slap, it's just like, come on, man. What are we? Come on, man. Trying to find a fucking wife out here. I'm not choking a slap. I'm trying to choke out.
I'm trying to come right away.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, where can we find you at, fella?
Instagram at Austin_Black_. And
if we want to come to a show, what are we looking at?
Well, I'm gonna go out of town for a little bit, but in June I'll be hosting a bunch of the Don't Tells in Denver, those are really fun shows. I don't know if you guys have ever been to either of those.
Oh, we should go.
Yeah, Don't Tell.
Yeah, we should.
It's a really awesome. It's like they do shows in spaces that you wouldn't like normally see a show. So it'd be like, you know, a gym, a lingerie shop, an art gallery, like any of those weird spots.
Nice.
But yeah, I'll be hosting a bunch of those in June. That's like I do that a lot, and then also just I always post on my Instagram on my stories like where I'm gonna be. You know,
we'll tag you. We'll do all that. Top time all greats comedians.
Oh, I thought that was a statement about me.
Top time. Yeah.
I thought
top time greats. Yeah.
Greats.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, David
all time
Tell
greats. God damn, I can't fucking read mine. Who wrote this?
David Tell's the GOAT, greatest of all time. Love Chappelle. I love. I mean, he's like still alive, but I think Dan Soder is the man. I'm a huge fan. I guess maybe it's on the spot, but I mean, Chris Rock's like first 3 specials are like incredible.
Yeah. No women on there,
huh? Cut.
Okay, last question. We ask all of our guests, why are you a catch?
Ugh, God. It's like it's like if Hinge was asking me a personal question.
It's hours on it.
Yeah. Why am I a catch? I would say I'm a great hang. And this feels like if I was on like a dating show, I'm like, I'm not here to make friends. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm a great hang. I'll probably like be really fun around your family. I got a good family. They're sick. And I feel like, I'm also just not like a weirdo. Like I'll be like committed in a relationship. Be nice with it.
Those are the basics.
Right? Those are the basics.
Yeah, those are good.
Dude, I'm all PB&J, dog.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. I'll cut
That's
the crust
good
off.
every time.
Yeah. I'm all PB&J.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, man. I appreciate it. And everybody go check out his Instagram, go to his shows, and you got to check one out there. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, this was awesome. Thanks, man.
Yes. Like and subscribe, please. It'll help us out a lot. Peace.